Hey Vienna, this is Brian from Leadhounds, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 things that you can start doing to bring in more patients through your website over at Relax Spa. And before I start, I just want to give a quick thank you to Isabella for giving me the okay to send this video to you. Okay, so you might be wondering, why is this guy just sending me this video showing me all this stuff for free? Couldn't I just go do it myself and take advantage of the extra business? And the answer is yeah, you absolutely can do that. But what I have found is that most business owners don't have time to worry about perfecting their websites or showing up on Google searches when they have a business to run. So if you do have time, that's great. I encourage you to use what you learn in this video. But if you don't, and you think you could use a little help with this, then just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching, and we can talk about the next steps. Okay, so I mentioned those 3 strategies, but what are we actually talking about here? What is the goal of those strategies? And that's going to center around what's called buyer intent keywords. So that's basically a word or a phrase that someone's going to search on Google when they want to pay for a service. So in the case of Relax Spa, that might be something like Botox Miami. I saw that you guys offer injectables. So we're using Botox, but we could really run through this with any of the services you provide. So I went ahead and searched Botox Miami on Google, and let's see what we find. So up top we have some paid ads, right? You pay Google to get in these spots, but they only get about 1% of the clicks. The vast majority of the clicks, the website traffic, goes to these what's called organic listings. So these are the websites that show up without having to pay anything to Google. So up at the top here, we see Botox cosmetic injection, Miami Skin and Vein, one of your competitors, another one, GV plastic surgery. And we can scroll down and look for Relax Spa on the first couple of pages here. So that's the end of the first page, and we didn't see you. We'll keep going a little farther to the end of the second page. And so that's the end, and we don't see Relax Spa anywhere on here. So what that means is the vast majority of the people who are searching for Botox Miami are going to be going to your competitors, Miami Skin and Vein, and the other websites that are on the first page. So you might ask, well, how many people are really searching for this stuff? Like, do I even care? And we can actually look at that. This is a tool I use called Ahrefs to get search data. And right here, we see that keyword, Botox Miami. And we can see that it gets 1,000 searches every single month, right? And we have all these other keywords. This one's got 1,100 searches a month. All these, 200 to 250 for all these related to Botox in Miami, right? So this is literally thousands of people searching for one of your services in your area. And if you don't show up in the Google results for these, then these people aren't going to be visiting your website, right? They're going to be going to your competitors. So let's take a look and see what keywords Relax Spa does show up for. So I went ahead and searched your website on Ahrefs, and here's your keyword list. So we'll just sort by position so that we can see what you show up at the top for. And right there at the top, we see Relax Spa. That's good. You want to show up near the top for your business name, but the thing about that is none of these people are going to be new patients, right? They already know about it, right? So they're probably just like looking for directions or something. You really want to see those buyer intent keywords because those are the ones that are going to bring in new patients, new leads, right? So let's see if we find any of those. So just looking at the top of this list, right here is like the first 2 pages of Google, right? And that's about as far as anyone's going to scroll. So we don't see any of those buyer intent keywords there. And after that, you're in the 20s, 30s, so like 50s, like nobody's scrolling that far to find a business they want to go to. So let's take a look at your competitor and see how they're doing. So this is MiamiSkinandVein.com. I think they came up first for that Botox keyword. And right here, you can see right away what you want to go for. And you see that keyword we looked at before, Botox Miami, Botox and Miami, both around 1,000 searches per month, and Miami Skin and Vein is in one of the top spots, right? So that means they're getting the majority of website visits that come from these searches. So what can you do about that? How can you compete with them? Well, that comes back to those 3 strategies that I mentioned at the start of the video. And the first of those is going to be the content on your website. And by that I mean literally the words on your website. So what Google wants to see from its top businesses is between 1,500 and 2,000 words that are talking about using, and they're using those targeted keywords. All right. So let's look at relaxspa.us and we'll scroll down and look at your content. Okay, so we're already at the bottom there, and you probably only have about 100 words. So, it's a good start, but not really that 1,500 that Google wants to see. So let's look at Miami Skin and Vein. And we'll scroll down on their website. And so they have a good bit right there. We'll keep going. They have a few little pieces right here. And then we're at the bottom, and they probably have like 500-600 words, right? So they don't have that much either. They have more than you do, but they're not going to be that difficult to beat out, right? As long as we add those 1,500 words using those buyer intent keywords, we're going to start to beat them out in the content department. Okay, so let's move on to the second strategy, and that's going to be what's called backlinking. So a backlink is when another website posts a link that goes to your website. And that tells Google that you are a credible business, because when they see that other companies, other websites are talking about you, they're sending their own users to your website through that link, that gives Google trust in your business. So they're going to reward you for that by moving you up in those search results. So we can see here that you already have 47 backlinks. So that's a great start. But let's look at Miami Skin and Vein. So we see here that they have 315 backlinks. So right there you can see one of the main reasons that they're probably beating you out for all of those high volume keywords, right? They have way more backlinks. So what can we do about that? We can go in and actually look at every single backlink they have. We can go to these websites and get you a link from that site. And what that's going to do is it's going to match the strategy that they're using to get all these top spots for the keywords. But we won't stop there. We want to go ahead and add another 100, 200 more backlinks on top of what they're doing. So we're not just matching their strategy, but we're blowing them out of the water. All right, so one more strategy I want to talk to you about is the Google Map Pack. So I'm sure you've seen that before. It's the section of the results where you have the little map and you have 3 featured businesses. So it's actually really important to get in these top 3 featured businesses, because they actually get about 30% of the clicks that come from searches like this. So how do you do that? Well, one strategy we use is called citations. And a citation is very similar to a backlink, except instead of linking to your website, it goes to your Google Maps profile. And for example, that would be a website like a Yelp profile or Yellow Pages profile. Those are citations. So we can do something very similar to what we did for the backlinks, and we can go in and see what the top competitor, in this case Smith & Co. Botox, see what citations they have and copy all of them. And then of course we'll go above and beyond, add another 100 citations, so you're just blowing them out. And on top of that, we can also go through and make sure we're optimizing all the different fields that they let you fill out in a Google Maps profile. We can geotag your images so that you're telling Google where to send patients, and we can help you to respond to all the reviews you get from your patients. And all that stuff is gonna, look good in Google's eyes, and they're gonna reward you for it by moving you up in the map rankings. Okay, Vienna, those are the 3 things I wanted to show you. Again, that's the content on your website, 1,500 to 2,000 words. It's those backlinks, right? We want to make sure we're not just matching, but blowing out your competitor. And finally, getting you in those top 3 map positions so you can take advantage of that extra traffic. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope it was valuable to you. If it was, and you like what you saw, just give me a call or shoot me an email after you're done watching this, and we can talk about next steps. All right, thanks. Have a good one.